Over the years, I've covered some really wild and wacky stuff here on the channel. Games like Paradise, better known as Paradise XRPL, the self-proclaimed competitor to GTA 6 that was hosting what they called at the time a live AMA or Ask Me Anything session that was actually later discovered to have been pre-recorded, and the developers they were showing up on screen were not actually devs at all. They were instead paid actors. Yeah, that was a weird one. Who could forget the day before, the most wishlisted game on Steam, which was supposed to be this definitive next-gen zombie MMO experience that was found to not actually have an office at all, and even recorded one of their dev logs from the inside of a hotel lobby. And, I can't find the clip of this third one now, but we could also throw in here the time the Division brought onto stream Matt Higbee, who was basically their monetization manager, and he was like a bull in a china shop. And the list goes on and on. But what we just saw from CIG and their Star Citizen live stream has to be one of the worst and most cringe-filled streams we have ever seen.
I want to reiterate something we said at the beginning of the show. We are keenly aware of the instancing technology performance-related problems on the PTU right now. We see it in every stream. We see it in every YouTube. It's why the content was delayed from its original July release to August. It's why it's still not out. We're very, very aware, as you are, as we are, everybody's are. To have a live stream today where we just show what we're already very aware and you're seeing the same thing you can see on any number of Twitch streams doesn't really serve much purpose. What we decided to do today is show you the intended design, show you the intended purpose, show you the goal, show you how it's supposed to work once the issues with instancing are resolved. We thought that was a much more valuable use of our time than to just show you what you already see, show you what you already know, show you what you already experience. So we're well aware, and with that, I'll return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Basically, that's how this whole stream just kind of kicked it off with a, hey everybody, we know the servers right now are fucked. You know they're fucked. Everyone knows they're fucked. So we're going to do something different here. We're going to show you what the new Siege content is supposed to look like under ideal conditions on a dev build in the studio. Like, this should have been the definitive 5 out of 5 Star Citizen gaming experience to truly showcase what the new content will look and function like, and this thing crashed and bombed. You see, the crew they had playing this content just had like zero synergy. They were sniping at each other back and forth for the most part of the stream, and there was just so many bugs on display. And in general, this thing should have never been pushed live. There's no other way to say it. This stream should have not seen the light of day. Now, for those of you who don't know, the team they have on stream are playing through the reworked instance co-op version of the Siege of Orison that I believe should have arrived mid-August, which is when Star Citizen normally pushes their updates live. But basically, it's a PvE mission with no ship combat where you get to squad up and fight your way through 3 encounters with an emphasis on small squad tactical gameplay. Now, you can currently play this mode in the PTU or public test universe, which is essentially their test server environment, but the mode itself has not made its way into the live version of the game. And for anyone at the studio, if they would have actually booted this mode up at their streaming headquarters there and tried it out for, 10 minutes, probably even less, they would have seen just how badly the game was performing, and they would have immediately canceled this live stream, or at the least come up with some new content and talking points, because to say that this was buggy and janky, that would be an understatement. At one point during this stream, everyone is down. I mean, they're like dead on the ground, and they all turn to this last party member who's alive, and he's like, hey guys, I can't help you. My guns are currently all bugged out and broken.
No, because I'm down as well, mate.
Max,
Max, no pressure.
Lock in,
time
Max.
to clutch.
Guys, I can't read.
We're gonna die.
It's broken. Help.
Alright, I think it's time to, for one of us maybe to use the respawn.
And this just went on and on and on. And if there was ever a reason to look at Star Citizen and to, step back and reflect on just 2 numbers, this would have been the moment. I mean, just remove the delays, removed the broken promises of features coming that never arrived, removed the insanely priced supporter packs that can reach into the thousands of dollars. So just remove all of that from memory. And if you just look at the 14 years this game has been in development, along with the fact that it has now raised over $1 billion with a B dollars in crowdfunding, I mean, that's rivaling GTA 6's budget. And then you take a look at the product up on screen during that live stream. If that didn't make your head spin, I don't know what will. This crash out of a stream is of course making headlines across the world, and all the gaming sites are covering it, with PC Gamer saying, quote, "Star Citizen has a disastrously laggy stream with horrendous vibes, which isn't a great look when you're past $1 billion in funding." Here's Kotaku. Star Citizen dev host disastrous live stream to show how a mission works and is told to pull the plug, quote, "It's your show, wrap it up." Wait for that clip. I'll show it to you in a bit. And then we also have IGN down here coming in with their own take. Quote, "Star Citizen developer stream goes horribly off the rails, creating further distrust among players." Quote, listen to this. "It's incredibly awkward, cringe, forced, slightly sinister feeling at times." And that last part of their headline really describes how the vibe for this stream felt. It just felt cringy and awkward, like CIG forced 4 devs into a recording studio that maybe were tolerant of each other in the best of times and downright loathed each other most other days. And these were the devs they forced to play through this thing together because they didn't get along, and the build they were playing kept causing major issues. And because it did, it just kept inflaming their internal situations, almost like a band-aid that was ripped off over and over and over again during this live stream. And each time it hurt a little worse until towards the end of this thing, the pain levels were excruciating. I mean, this thing got ugly with this passive-aggressive banter, and it even got to the point where they just started team-killing each other. And like I mentioned earlier, this was a stream to show the world what the reworked Siege mode would be like under the best of conditions, using the internal dev build, and it was supposed to showcase the best this content will ever be. And again, it flopped. So let's take a look at IGN, and here's their take on it all. They say, "A recent Star Citizen development stream went horribly wrong, resulting in some fans losing confidence in the long-awaited sci-fi game. Earlier this month, the team at CIG decided to do a live stream showing off the current internal build of Star Citizen following player complaints over the new content in the game. The developers heard players were having a bad time with this content and decided to do a stream of an internal build to paint a picture of the, quote, intended experience. Essentially, they were hoping it would show players that they're fixing issues and that this is a very temporary inconvenience. Unfortunately, things went terribly wrong." The developers kept running into bugs that showed the game is indeed broken. The developers had issues using their own weapons, swapping between their weapons, accessing their inventory, and much more. Eventually, the frustrations among the developers grew, and they started becoming passive-aggressive with each other before opting to just pull the plug on the stream altogether. To add more fuel to the fire, one of the developers closed out the stream by saying they were proud of the work being done by the team and that they wanted to get this build out so players can have the same experience they had on stream, which just made fans feel like they lacked awareness of what happened during the broadcast.
Yeah. And, you know, this is what everybody's working on. When we fix the bugs and we fix the problems, this is what we're looking to ship. So get on PTU if you're not already. Help us out. Bang on the pipes. Keep sending those reports. Those reports are essential. You can see it. I'm super proud of what these guys are doing here. And, you know, it's help us get this out. Help us get this out so that you can have the same experience that we had today. Thanks.
Yeah, man. IGN goes on to finish with, "It's a brutal watch, and the fans have been making fun of the entire experience and expressing amazement over the fact that the team didn't pull the VOD offline." The fact that I commented on earlier. This video is still live over on Twitch. It's still live on YouTube, and I'll drop as many links as I can find down in the video description and pinned comment. This is something you truly need to experience firsthand. Anyways, IGN finishes up with, quote, "It's incredibly awkward, cringe, forced, slightly sinister feeling at times, and the local server gameplay was still terrible. No one was having fun here," said a comment under the stream. Listen to this last bit. "It felt like a hostage video." Now, because this stream felt like a kettle that was boiling over with these passive-aggressive vibes, the anger wasn't just limited to these 4 devs you see here along with the content manager you've now seen in several of the clips. No, this actually boiled over and started getting directed back at the stream viewers. Like when one of the devs asks Twitch how fast they're able to complete the new Siege mode, and this other one's like, "Don't ask Twitch, you know they're gonna tell you the content plays like shit." Basically, don't listen to them.
Twitch chat, I'm going to ask you a question. How, obviously this is in PTU, you guys can play this, you know, what's your average time that you get through this, and what's your experience? We were talking before how long it's going to take us with our impeccable skill, as you've all seen.
Ollie, you've just fully opened up to them being like, "Oh, can't time it because it don't fucking work."
Well, you can
We
time
know
it.
it doesn't, we're working on it,
Well,
but they're
we
going to
can-
say it, you know they are.
Twitch chat isn't going to hurt you, Elliot. It's okay. You'll be fine. Relax. We are just here to discuss and enjoy and share development.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Knight Rider's going to have his work cut out for him.
Eventually, after an hour and a half, like 2 hours of this stream, all the devs are dead, the mission's a wipe, and you can tell that everyone is just so done with this. So the content manager comes onto the stream one last time and basically tosses the hottest of hot potatoes to one of the devs and just tells him to wrap this thing up, which honestly shocks the dev. You can see it on his face, and so he starts trying to throw together some word salad, and he tries to salvage what he can from the stream, even turning to other members of the stream for final comments, and when he asks one of them, they just respond with silence.
It's your show. Wrap it up.
Thanks for watching, guys. What did you think of Siege? Good time. I enjoyed it. The cinematics, the immersion was good. Yeah. Jared, you say goodbye, or you say goodbye? No? Okay. Luke?
Now, what I will say is that despite all the harm and passive-aggressive and cringe-worthy moments this stream put out there for the entire world to see, the funding for Star Citizen, although not as robust as it normally is, you know, this game is still pulling in over $500,000, like for instance on August the 11th. So that's a week ago and after this stream took place. So CIG is still raking in the bucks, and who knows, Star Citizen might be the world's first $2 billion crowdfunded game, and all for a game that still has not gone into full release. But as always, that's just my take on the latest with SC, and here's where I turn to you for your feedback. What do you think of this live stream, the absolutely insane amounts of dollars this game continues to rake in? And the final question I have for you is, will Star Citizen ever live up to the hype its vision initially laid out? Drop a comment and let's see where the community lands on this one. If you happen to have liked the video, please hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell. And before I go, I'd like to say a huge thanks to all of these amazing channel supporters. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.